across the city like a quiet fading light, and the memories we left behind return again tonight. I still hear your gentle laughter somewhere drifting through the air, like a song that time refuses to erase from everywhere. Maybe love was never meant to stay forever in our heads. In another time, in another life, maybe we would still be walking side by side tonight. In another time, in another place, maybe love would find a way for us to stay. All the words we couldn't finish, all the dreams we couldn't keep, still remain within the silence of the promises we keep. Sometimes when the night grows quiet and the stars begin to shine, I imagine you beside me, like the days you once were mine. In another time, in another life, maybe we would still be holding on to what was right. In another time, in another place, maybe love would find a way for us to stay. Maybe fate just turned the pages before we could understand, but the love we once were given still lives somewhere in our hands. In another time, in another life, maybe we would never have to say goodbye. In another time, in another place, maybe love would still remain in your embrace. We were standing in the doorway, neither one could say goodbye. All the words we should have spoken, quietly passing by. The night was colder than the evening when our story first began, but the silence in that moment was heavier than we planned. Maybe love was just a moment we were never meant to keep. If love had stayed just a little longer, maybe we would still be here tonight. If love had stayed through the falling shadows, maybe we could finally make it right. And I still wonder, when the quiet nights replay, how different life might feel today but some memories refuse to fade, no matter what they say. Every song we used to listen, every street we used to know, still returns me to the moment when I had to let you go. If love had stayed just a little longer, maybe we would still be here tonight. If love had stayed through the changing seasons, maybe we could finally get it right. And I still wonder, when the quiet nights replay, how different life might feel today if love had stayed. Oh, sometimes I imagine, if we had one more chance, would we still be standing where we used to dance? If love had stayed just one moment longer, maybe we will still be side by side. If love had stayed through the stormy weather, maybe we could keep this dream alive. And even now, though the years have slipped away, a part of me still quietly prays if love had stayed. Wasn't anything dramatic, just the way you said my name, like the world had softly shifted, even though nothing had changed. There were people all around us, but somehow I couldn't see anything beyond the moment you were standing next to me. Sometimes love begins so quietly, you barely notice when. There was a moment I knew my heart had found its way. Somewhere in your quiet smile, I wanted to stay. That was a moment I knew, without a single word, the smallest look between us was the loudest thing I heard. Days have come and days have faded, like the turning of the tide, but the warmth of that one moment still remains inside. Even now I can remember how the sunlight filled the room, and the way my heart was certain you had changed my world too soon. That was the moment I knew my heart had found its way. Somewhere in your quiet smile, I wanted to stay. There was a moment I knew, without a single word, the smallest look between us was the loudest thing I heard. Or maybe love is just a second that becomes a lifetime start, like a gentle little whisper living in your heart. There was a moment I knew my heart had finally seen that the love search for was already here with me. There was a moment I knew my life had changed somehow, and every road that led me here still leads to you right now. It was just another morning, coffee slowly getting cold, people rushing to the station, stories quietly unfold. Nothing special in the weather, nothing different in the air, but somehow in that moment I could feel that you were there. Funny how the smallest memory can suddenly appear. On a day like this, you come back to me, in the sunlight on the window, in a song I barely hear. On a day like this, I remember you, like a story that my heart still quietly holds on to. Someone laughing in the distance sounds a little like your voice, and for just a fleeting second my heart forgets its choice. I still walk the same old streets where we used to spend our time. Every corner of this city still remembers you and I. On a day like this, you come back to me, in the silence of the evening, in the air I softly breathe. On a day like this, I remember you, like a dream that never faded, even when we said goodbye. Maybe love is never ending, maybe time just moves us on, but the heart still keeps the places where a certain love was shown. On a day like this, you come back again, like the warmth of early springtime after winter's gentle end. On a day like this, I still feel it too. Every quiet piece of life still somehow leads to you. The night was quiet like a whisper, falling softly through the street, and the city lights were shining on the paths we used to meet. There was nothing left to tell you, nothing left for us to say, but the silence in that moment felt heavier than the day. Some goodbyes arrived so gently, you don't know they've come and gone. That was when love became a memory, like a quiet photograph living inside of me. That was when love the seasons move around me like a story passing by, but your voice inside my memory never says goodbye. Sometimes in the quiet evening, when the world begins to slow, I can almost hear you calling from a place I used to know. That was when love became a memory, like a quiet photograph living inside of me. That was when love slipped into the past, but the warmth of what we had still continues to last. Maybe love was never meant to stay forever in our hands, but the moments that we shared still remain the way they began. That was when love became a memory, like a distant melody still returning to me. That was when love turned into the past, but the light of what we had still continues to last. The years have quietly passed me like a river moving on. Every memory we once shared still somehow lingers on. Sometimes when I hear your laughter somewhere far across my mind, I remember how our story slowly intertwined. If time could turn a single page and bring me back to then, if I could love you again and through the passing years, I would still choose the same road through the joy and tears. If I could love you again, even knowing how it ends, I would walk that path beside you all over again. There were moments full of sunlight, there were days we couldn't see, but the love we held together made the world feel meant to be. Now the seasons keep on turning like they always seem to do, but a part of who I've become still begins with you. If I could love you again through the passing years, I would still choose the same road through the joy and tears. If I could love you again, even knowing how it ends, I would walk that path beside you all over again. Maybe love is never perfect, maybe time must take its way, but the heart still holds the moments no one can erase. If I could love you again through another life, I would still find my way back into your life. If I could love you again, even knowing how it ends, I would still choose to love you all over again. streetlight felt colder than it used to be. Your eyes were trying not to tell me what we both could slowly see. There were words between the silence, but we let them drift away, like the ending of a story neither heart could make us say. Sometimes love just fades so gently, you don't notice when it goes. On the night I let you go, the world felt far away. Every step you took from me still lives with me today. On the night I let you go, my heart began to know some goodbyes are quiet moments we remember as we grow. Now the years have passed like seasons changing slowly in the wind, but that night remains inside me like a place I've always been. Every time the evening falls and the city lights appear, I can still recall the moment when I lost you standing there. On the night I let you go, the world felt far away. Every step you took from me still lives with me today. On the night I let you go, my heart began to know some goodbyes are quiet moments we remember as we Maybe love was always fragile, maybe time was never kind, but a part of me still holds you somewhere deep inside. On the night I let you go, I never thought I'd see how a single quiet moment could become eternity. On the night I let you go, my heart still whispers low. Some loves never truly leave us, even when they go. The night was just an ordinary evening, nothing special in the air. Streetlights softly on the pavement, quiet footsteps everywhere. Then you turned and said my name, like the world had slowed somehow, and the smallest simple moment became everything right now. Sometimes love arrives so gently, you don't see it when it starts. Every moment with you felt like time stood still, like the quiet turning of the world, moving just by will. Every moment with you lives inside my heart, like a song that keeps on playing, even when we're apart. silence felt like something we could hide. I remember how you smiled, like the night began to glow. And I knew without a reason there were things my heart would know. Every moment with you felt like time stood still, like the quiet turning of the world, moving just by will. Every moment with you lives inside my heart, like a song that keeps on playing, even when we're apart. Maybe love is just a memory living somewhere deep inside, but the warmth of those small moments still remains tonight. Every moment with you still softly remains, like the light of distant starlight shining through the rain. Every moment with you is a place I can't return, where the quiet of your presence still continues to burn. It was only for a moment, just a quiet passing glance. Nothing in the crowded evening said it would become our chance. But the way you looked so softly, like you already knew, there was something in that silence pulling me to you. Somewhere in that simple stare, my whole world began to move. The way you looked at me still lives in my heart, like the first light of the morning shining through the dark. The way you looked at me, I still feel it now, like a quiet kind of promise, life somehow allowed. Years have slowly passed between us, like the turning of the tide, but the night remains so clearly somewhere deep inside. All the words we never needed, all the dreams we couldn't say, still remain within the memory that has never gone away. The way you looked at me still lives in my heart, like the first light of the morning shining through the dark. The way you looked at me, I still feel it now, like a quiet kind of promise, life somehow allowed. Maybe time has taken distance, maybe life has changed its course, but that look you gave that evening still feels like it's sore. The way you looked at me still softly remains, like a warm and distant echo calling through the years. The way you looked at me, even now I see, somewhere in the quiet moment, you were loving me. was a softness in your voice whenever you said my name at night. A quiet warmth that filled the room, a gentle truth I didn't see back then. Every little sound you made still lingers in the corners of my mind. Even now when I close my eyes, I hear you calling me again. I remember the way you read my name, like a secret meant only for me, a tender echo I still hold close, even though you're far from where I stand. I remember the way you said my name, and somehow it still brings me home. Some nights I sit where you used to be, feeling the quiet you left behind. I speak your name into the dark, hoping the silence will answer back. If the wind could carry memory, I'd ask it to bring your voice again, just one more time. Soft as the moment we first fell apart. I remember the way you said my name, gentle as a light before sunrise. And though the world keeps pulling us on, your voice stays warm and unbroken. Yes, I remember it still. I still remember how you held my hand, quiet nights where time felt slow. Your warmth would melt the coldest day, a comfort I didn't know I'd lose. And even when the world felt heavy, you were the place my heart could breathe. Now I reach into the empty air, searching for the heat you left behind. Your hands were always warm, the shelter I would fall into. Even now, when the night grows long, I feel the ghost of touching you. Your hands were always warm, a memory I still lean on when the world feels far too cold. I walk the streets we used to know, soft lights flicker like your smile. I didn't see how bright you were until the dark was all I had. Ooh, if I could hold your hand again, even for a fleeting moment, I'd wrap both arms around that warmth before it slipped away. fears would fade. Even now, as the night grows deep, your warmth stays burning quietly. Your hands are always warm, and mine still ache to feel them. The night was colder than I noticed as we walked the street. City lights were slowly fading under tired winter trees. You were talking about tomorrow, like the world would stay the same. But somewhere in the quiet silence, I could feel the coming chill. Sometimes love is standing still right before it slips away. That was the last night we were us, before the story changed, before the quiet distance learned to say our names. That was the last night we were us, before we drifted far, before the love we held so close became a fading star. I remember how your smile felt like nothing had begun to break, like the future still belonged to us, like love was ours to make. But the morning came too quickly, like it always tends to do, and the world kept moving forward, even without you. That was the last night we were us, before the story changed, before the quiet distance learned to say our names. That was the last night we were us, before we drifted far, before the love we held so close became a fading star. Maybe love was just a moment that we borrowed from the years, but the warmth of that one evening still remains right here. That was the last night we were us, before goodbye was real, before the quiet memories became the way I feel. That was the last night we were us, and even now I see a part of you still living somewhere inside me.